We'll call the Board of Public Works meeting to order of Monday, September 16th. Number 2, approval of minutes from September 3rd. Motion by Fire, second by Jockheck. Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. We have no citizens here, so we'll move on to construction update presented by Dean Schiller, Street Superintendent. Dean.
Hey, good evening. So we're continuing work over on Hinman, doing our curb and gutter concrete work over there. We probably have another day over there and we'll be done with all of our concrete work. That road will then be ready for fine grading and paving probably next week. We're also continuing to work over on Adams between 14th and 17th. We probably got a couple days there yet, removing concrete panels and putting in new base. And then our concrete curb and gutter crew will be over there replacing some radiuses and some concrete curb and gutter that needed it. Driveway paving over on Schmidt. It's been hit and miss with the weather. American Asphalt's the one doing the paving, but they're also trying to work on Central Avenue at the same time. So it's been back and forth. I'm hoping we can get a few things done over there this week with paving. Then we have to do the shouldering and topsoil and the ditch work. So weather permitting, we hopefully can get a lot knocked out here in the next week and a half. 2nd Street is set up today for the one-way over by the library. So that is all set up and can start using it as a one-way street. So that's all I have for tonight.
Any questions for Dean? Okay, thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
Next up, Tom Turchie, City Engineer. Tom.
All right, the big project, Highway 97, they have finished milling at Arnold Street and expect to get the new surface layer of asphalt on in this intersection by tomorrow. Mainline paving of the outside lanes is scheduled for tomorrow. Merkel Electric is planning to place the traffic signals into service later this week so they can take down the temporary signals. And all work is projected to be completed by September 26th. So before our next Board of Public Works meeting, we should be up and open to traffic in all 4 lanes. The Wildwood McMillan Connector Trail is moving along very well. They're replacing some of the trail this morning and continuing to work on that one, and that's progressing well too. And that, pretty much everything else is starting to wrap up for the year.
Questions for Tom? Mr. Jockett.
On Central, they paved the inner lane. Was that a base coat or is that a finished coat?
The inside 2 lanes that you're driving on is the finish coat.
Okay, so the others just went up to it.
Yep, and then they've got the binder down on the outside lanes, and tomorrow they're going to be paving the surface layer.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Number 5, approval of revised access restrictions on the east side of Galvin Avenue between 22nd Street and 24th Street, presented by Dan Connect, Director of Public Works. Dan.
Thank you. Currently, access is restricted on a driveway. There we go, I did it again. Currently, access is restricted to just one existing driveway on the east side of Galvin Avenue between 22nd and 24th, and I've got an aerial photo up on the screen there so you can see what it looks like. This driveway was in place to serve the old Norwood Hospital barn. And back in 2016, when there was some property split off in this area, the certified survey map was established that would prohibit any additional driveways from going in this segment. Off of Galvin Avenue. And around that time, Quality Tank Solutions built the new building in this same area, just to the west or the east of what's on the screen right now. And then 2018, they built a large addition onto that building, and now they're planning another building of 60,000 square feet just to the west of their current building, or in the lower half of this block you see on the screen. To accommodate this new layout, the circulation and the staging areas that they've already established on the site, Quality Tank Solutions is requesting a change in this access location on Galvin Avenue. The proposed building, as I said, would be closer to Galvin Avenue, between Galvin and their current building. and it will have an east-west orientation with overhead doors on both ends, the east and west ends. It will be mainly used for accepting inbound materials, stainless steel materials for their operation. So they would be getting 2 or 3 trucks a day, possibly, once they're fully up and running into those driveways. And again, it would just be coming in off of Galvin. So we've worked closely with their design team to locate a new driveway, and it would be located about halfway between the driveway for the barn and the 24th Street in that area. And then the existing driveway to the barn would be removed. So they would be doing a certified survey map. Essentially, Quality Tanks is going to own this whole block bounded by Galvin and Nikolai Avenue to the east and west, and then 22nd and 24th. They're doing a certified survey map to combine all the parcels, so we want to modify the access restrictions. So the recommended action is to approve relocation of the existing driveway on the east side of Galvin Avenue to a point that's 175 feet north of the center line of 24th Street, and that's measured from center line of 24th Street to center line of the new driveway.
Motion by Mr. Jockek, second by Mr. Fire. Questions? Mike?
Do they do that barn?
I believe the owner, which was Nick Dominic Construction, had used it for storage. Quality Tank will be acquiring that barn, and they want to keep it and will use it for their own storage. Yeah, it is. I don't believe it's on a register. It would be up to the owner to request that. I don't believe they have.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 6, approval of construction manager for pool project, presented by Justin Casperson, Park and Rec Director. Justin.
Good evening and thank you. As we move along in the design phase of the pool, it's important that we retain a city manager early on in the process. The construction manager will help with sequencing and scheduling, coordinating bids, obtaining bids, figure out where we can do various cost savings, as well as be a conduit between the city and the general contractor or the contractors. The project is about $6 million, so it's a significant amount of money that the city and the community is going to invest in this project. So a construction manager will ensure that we'll stay on budget and on schedule. August 5th, you guys gave us the authority to solicit RFPs. We received 7 RFPs from the companies listed in the memo in front of you. We had Altman, Bozen, Findorf, Keller, Market & Johnson, Myron, Insurer. Overall, all of them were very impressive. I was really happy with the number and the quality of the proposals and their experience. Majority, if not all of them, had pool experience. We've had good history with all of these companies locally, and I've not worked with most of them, but I've worked with, have heard of them in the community or neighboring communities. But Bozen's company's fee was one of the lowest. It was the lowest, and their track record with the community and the city has been great. I checked their references with the current project at the high school. Once again, good references. They're on top of their work. It is my recommendation that we stick with Bozen for a CM construction manager for this project.
Motion by Mr. Jockek, second, Mr. Fire. Questions? Oh, go ahead.
Normally when we get it, we see what they ask. Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't lie because you didn't see it. But if you want, I can email you the RFPs. There's 7 of them. They're multi-pages. Some are close to 50 pages.
Oh.
And it'd be a couple hundred, it'd probably be over 100 pages
That's
of
fine.
information. And it was a lot. There were proposals. Now, if you just want to see Bozen's, I can send you just Bozen's, but it would just be one.
Maybe we could just see the amount you said they were the lowest.
So the fees were varying. It's not apples to apples. Some are based off a percent, so 2.5%. Well, that's 2.5% off of the bids that come in. Some were fixed, where they just said like 300,000, and some had lump sum, like 5,000 for this, 12,000 for this, and so on and so forth. I can send those to you guys so you have a better idea, just so you have that information.
I think we should, Justin, I don't have a problem with the choice at all, but I think we should see that before the,
So what you're requesting is just the compensation sheets from them.
yes.
Otherwise, it'll be a rather, some very large documents
Yeah.
that I'll send, if that's what you're.
That's fine.
Yeah, so, I mean, if the Boson one wasn't too long, you could include that too. I don't think there's any need to see the other 6, but certainly a comparison of the prices would be helpful. Just, I think Mike made a really good point about due diligence.
Yeah, so they're not easy because they don't say it's a fixed cost, like it's $100,000. It's all percentages, and some add in other fees and some do lump sum. So we did our best to go through it with a fine tooth comb and use some estimators, and Boson was the lowest. So, but I will,
Yeah, I'm not saying that you didn't do due diligence, we just want to say
I will
we
send-
did it.
I will send it out.
We need to. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, all in favor of the motion, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Justin. Number 7, approval of revised dates for October Board of Public Works meeting presented by Dan Connect, Director of Public Works. Dan.
Okay, thank you. As we can come into October, we have a month where the first Monday of the month is the day before the first Tuesday, which would put a Board of Public Works meeting the day before a council meeting. Historically, what we've done then is moved our Board of Public Works meeting up by 1 week. So that would mean our next meeting would be on Monday, September 30th. Our second Board of Public Works meeting for October would be on Monday, October 14th. I'm asking for your approval of those revised dates for October.
Motion by Mr. Jockek, second by Mr. Fire. Comments, questions? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Items for future agendas. Okay, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Jockek, second by Mr. Fire. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed, we are adjourned. Thank you.